Live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson, it's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm Adam Bragginser, inviting you to join Bart and his guests as we celebrate 23 years of JTV. From Michigan Works Southeast, Executive Director Shamar Heron. From Northwest Community Schools, Superintendent Jeff Bontrager. From Family Service and Children's Aid, CEO Dr. Bob Powell. From Sandhill Crane Vineyards, General Manager Kat Dickinson. And video clips, highlights, and fun from 23 years of JTV. And now, here's Bart.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the show. This is JTV's 23rd anniversary. Yes, 23 years ago today, JTV started. Our very first show was the Jackson Show, a look at Jaxpo, and we had highlights from Jackson High football game. It was the very first thing we ever had on JTV. And here we are, our show, the morning show, all our shows. We've had nearly 40,000 guests. Between our two shows in the morning and this, we've had 38,617 guests on our shows, plus thousands and thousands of high school student athletes, community members, business leaders, you name it, they've been here. If it happens in Jackson, it happens on JTV, and thanks to you for supporting us. We've got many people that have been watching since day one. We appreciate it very much. And thanks for all the nice well wishes. We got this lovely gift from Jackson Candy and Fudge Factory this morning. A reminder that they are your gift-giving headquarters. A nice little note from Brian and Claudina and their whole staff. Thanks so much. We sure appreciate it, Brian. And Brian, one of our advertisers, since his business has started, he's been with us the whole time, and we greatly appreciate it. Well, today things are a little different. We're going to look back at some of the highlights of 23 years of JTV, but we're going to get things started right away with our first guest. He is the Executive Director of Michigan Works Southeast, Shamar Heron. Hi, Shamar.
Hey, Bart, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I got to get this gift out of the way in case more gifts show up today.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you're looking 23 years younger, man. What's the secret to success?
I love my job.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. I do as well, man. And it's always a pleasure to be here. You're such an accommodating host. I just really appreciate the time with you.
Well, thanks so much. Always great to see you, and it's always great to catch up on everything happening at Michigan Works Southeast. Mm-hmm. And I saw the moving vans back up to your office the other day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, our Washtenaw office, it was a long time coming. The former place we were in, 30 years.
Wow.
We spent in one location. They built the location, we moved in. Mm-hmm. And so it took a full procurement effort, but we have made the move now. And so we are now at 1201 East Ellsworth in Ann Arbor. We moved from Ypsilanti, but we wanted to make sure we had the appropriate space, better infrastructure, and really an opportunity to serve more individuals in the Washtenaw community because it's more centrally located.
Yeah, and you're much closer to Zingerman's Candy and Zingerman's Bakery.
There it is. Not far at all, literally about a mile and a half away. So I figure if I walk there, get my treats and walk back, does that even it out?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I got to run there then.
I think running would help.
All right. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not going to happen this week. But no, and their coffee house is amazing, too, if you haven't had their coffee.
It's a fun little complex
to
check out.
Tucked away in there, but, they also do all of these really cool classes. Most people don't know I'm a baker, and I've taken their bread making course.
I'm scheduled to take the bread making course.
You're going to enjoy it, man. Yeah. You're going to enjoy it. And I didn't know there was that much more to baking bread, right? And they really give you some tips and tricks you're going to use for the rest of your baking days.
I need it. I made my first focaccia on Sunday.
It's not difficult, but I love taking your fingers and jabbing it in the dough, right? That's pretty fun. Did you do any rosemary on there?
No, we kept it simple for the first one because I wasn't sure what our guests would like, but
okay,
yeah,
all right.
It was great. It turned out great.
You get to play with it, man. I've done sun-dried tomatoes. I've done the big flaky salt. I've done the rosemary, Parmesan. Have fun with it, man. Get creative.
Yeah, we just the coarse kosher salt and olive oil.
Yep. You're making me hungry, brother, man. It's about lunchtime, so yeah, man.
All right, enough about the food. Let's talk about jobs.
Let's talk about it.
Your business is finding people for employers and helping people get into a career. You've got some activities, some events, fairs that you have throughout the year. What's coming up next?
Yep. So we're going to start in Washington. I know we've talked about Washington twice, and I know where I'm at. I know my territory, but then they're going to expand throughout our region. You know, we here at Michigan Works Southeast, we cover 5 counties. So it's Hillsdale, Jackson, Lenawee, Livingston, and Washtenaw counties. But in Washtenaw, we're going to have our annual expungement fair, and that's coming up in the next couple weeks. And so the way I like to parlay this conversation is you got to think about the labor force, right, and workforce participation. And right now, we have the unemployment rate is better than it was pre-COVID. So imagine that. We're hovering right around 2.7% unemployment in our region, right? But the problem is there's still more opportunities to be filled. And so I say there's only 2 ways that we can really fix that problem. One is we import talent. We bring it from other places. Right now, I don't see that happening, right? All right, so then the other way is we grow it. So we can definitely work with our young people to help them understand opportunities, but then we can start to look at alternative talent pools. So we can look at the individuals who may have varying abilities. We can look at individuals who may be returning from, an extended stay, as I would say.
Out on Cooper Street?
Yeah, Cooper Street. We have a federal facility in Washtenaw, and one of the tricky pieces is people come from everywhere, right? Depending on wherever they did what they did. But that's a talent pool, and we can't just ignore them. We have to give them opportunities because our economy is demanding it. We have to be able to answer the call of our businesses. And if our businesses are open to working with returning citizens, we're here to help make that connection, and that's exactly what this expungement fair is for.
And I've talked to some employers. I think they've become more liberal in expanding their applicant pool, like drug testing.
Yep.
Some employers they're not doing that anymore.
They're doing away with it. And I think it got complicated with the marijuana laws, and it's getting really hard to suss out whether or not this individual is using it for medical or not. And honestly, they have to open their minds and eyes to all possibilities because the work is requiring it. They have to go find this talent. And, you can set some parameters around what you can and can't do on the work site or how you show up for work. But you really, when the need is there, you have to go out and look at alternative means.
Yeah, so if someone is enjoying perhaps marijuana on a Saturday that's not affecting their job on a Monday, employers are willing to consider those candidates.
They are. I tend to toe that line very carefully because I know there's 2 sides to the story. And so for us here at Michigan Works Southeast, we want to support individuals who are prepared, ready, and qualified to go to work. And we want to pair them up with the businesses who are seeking their talents.
The other thing that I know you're involved in is getting people trained while they're on the job or getting into a company and learning the trade or the skill from day one.
Absolutely. I often hear businesses say, man, this is the the biggest secret in town, the best secret in town. Well, here I want to announce on your show, Bart, we don't want to be a secret anymore. On-the-job training is one of our most popular tools that our business services team uses. So really quickly, we look at our house in thirds. We have career seekers. Those are the individuals who are looking to find opportunities or new opportunities. We have our adult learners. Those are individuals who may have not finished up their credentials from high school, and we're helping them to gain those high school equivalent credentials. But then we also serve our business community. Last year, we served more than 1,000 businesses in our region. And on-the-job training is essentially us offsetting the cost of a business hiring someone and the training cost that's associated with it. They say on average, it is almost half of the manager's pay to onboard someone and upskill them and train them because it's such a long process. So that OJT or on-the-job tool, up to 6 months of pay that we could cover at almost 50%.
You pay the employer.
So we will reimburse the employer for up to 50% of the wages for up to 6 months. So that was my lawyer speak right there. Up to 50%, up to 6 months.
Some conditions apply.
There it is. That was my little asterisk right there.
All right, so we celebrate apprentices with an apprentice week, and that's coming up in just over a couple weeks.
Yeah, so November, we're calling it Apprenticeship Month. This is an opportunity for us to celebrate, educate, and really promote all things apprenticeships. Michigan Works Southeast, we're getting ready to really dive in to apprenticeships. And this is where we really teach what an apprenticeship is. Some people have some misnomers about it, and we're going to spend some time clarifying it. We've got some events we're going to hold. We've got some events we're going to attend, like the operating engineers in Livingston County. They do a really great job of showing what the apprentices do. So they have a world-class training facility up in Howe, and we're going to take about 60 people up there as an organization and really share the great work about what an apprentice does, the amount of time it takes, and your roads, bridges, buildings, your electricity. We have a wine making apprenticeship that we're a part of, honey making, so we get to deal with bees. There's all sorts of apprenticeable occupations out here, and we want to get the word out about it.
Yeah, typically you think of like electrician or a plumber, where that always has been part of that career path, but really even here at JTV, we have people that we train to be producers.
Absolutely, and think about it, they can take that skill anywhere in the world. That's a lot of what an apprenticeship is. It's giving you a skill that you can take anywhere. I played basketball. Now that these knees and ankles aren't working like they're used to, that skill goes out the window. So what else do I have besides this beautiful mug you're staring at right here?
Oh, come on, you can still play ball.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it playing. I'd call it participating. It's like golf. Do you play? Yes, but not that well.
Another area that you serve and you have special focus is on non-traditional workers. And I guess there can be a lot of definitions for that, but what do you see as a non-traditional worker? Yep,
so we talked about it a couple minutes ago. Those are the individuals who may have something that could be considered potentially a barrier. So it may be an individual with varying abilities. Some folks call it a disability. I choose to call it varying abilities. That's one non-traditional worker. Are reentry individuals, so individuals who may have served time, but they've been converted, and now is an opportunity for them to come back into society and change. But my biggest and favorite are our youth. It's not a cliche. They are our future. They are the individuals who are going to be taking care of you and I, not only in a unique way in terms of maybe providing services to us, but they're going to be leading our country. They're going to be the next Bart Hollies. They're going to be creating new platforms for educating people. So we got to give them an opportunity as early as possible. And so that's another area that really gets me fired up, is us helping our young people out.
I'm with you. We appreciate hearing all the news about everything that's happening. And
well, I appreciate you. Before you get out of here, you surprised me with a gift the last time I was here, and my wife loves the coasters. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we wanted to say happy 23rd JTV anniversary from us here at Michigan Works Southeast, and present you with some of what we call swag.
Awesome.
So if you got some young folks in your life, say I got swagged up today. The big fella brought me a couple gifts, and so re-gift them as you see fit. Use a couple. But we wanted to just say congratulations and thank you for the partnership.
Well, thanks so much. And I see, quite a bit of cash in here as
Yeah,
well.
Man,
Thank you
don't
so
worry,
much. Yeah.
all unmarked too. All righty.
Thanks, Shamar.
All right, my pleasure.
Good
my
to
pleasure.
see you.
Yep. same
Shamar
here.
Heron is Executive Director of Michigan Works Southeast. We've got today